Alrighty, hello guys. I'm here with Kirsty, who in the last time we spoke, she has gone from a certain emotion, which she will share with you, to another certain emotion, and she absolutely owned it. It was happened with a workshop that we went through, and we're going to be talking about some things that helped Kirsty get that breakthrough, and Kirsty, what you did basically in the workshop to get where you are now. So before we start, can you tell us, Kirsty, where you were before the workshop?
Yeah, so just before the workshop, I had a lot of things come through that started sending me into a spiral where I thought, oh no, what now? What's next? Who's going to be next? And with that, I was able to really sit with it and go, hang on, why is this adding to what's going on? Let me have a look at it. And I was able to deep dive, look back at a lot of things and go, oh my God, I've actually found my emotion. And my emotion for me was guilt. Whether it was my own, whether it was others, it was just guilt. And I just went, wow. And it was just like a real light bulb moment where my mind just blew up going, whoa, I just found it.
Yep. I honestly, the shift that she had in that 5-day workshop for me was like extraordinary. I remember on day 1, you named what you were feeling. And I remember you saying, you said, oh, I was just so tired. Because I said, okay, Kirsty, what about now? You've lived with this guilt. And what about now, instead of overanalyzing it and going to the drawing board and journaling, what about now you own it? And I saw your face just go,
yep.
Can you tell us what was that light bulb moment?
I think it was just the fact that it was that light bulb moment of knowing what it was, owning it and going, hang on, it has been some of my own, but it's been put onto me by others. And I think just knowing that you've taken away what you thought was your ownership of it when it was others, and to go, oh, actually, hang on, wait. And I don't need to feel it. I don't need to have it. Okay, how are we going to move it?
Hold on, wait a minute. You're not mine. See you later.
You're not mine. Catch you later. Check ya.
Oh, that was so good. That was really, really good. Alrighty, so we had that feeling of guilt. We named it, we tamed it, and then what happened? Yeah. Walk us through what happened you did with that guilt, and what else did you experience in the workshop?
Oh, it was amazing. I think it was just the fact that as the humans, we overcomplicate it, we make it harder than it needs to be, and just coming back to these simplistic activities and little pieces of homework that make the major pivotal shift. So we can create something out of an anthill into a molehill, so then why can't we go back the other way and create the simplicity of it? And that's where I found it, like it was just the last piece of the puzzle that slotted in going, hang on, this simplicity has just gotten you the best results. And it's like, oh man. And that's where, like you said, I named it, owned it, tamed it, and went, you know what, I don't need to deal with it anymore. How do I get rid of the rest of it?
I love that. I love how you just spoke about overcomplicating things. Now, this is a human need. Like, basically, sometimes we've been so conditioned that when something simple comes our way, we're like, no, there's something fishy about you.
Yeah, too good to be true. It can't be.
Oh, you're telling me if I do X, Y, and Z, I will actually get B, C, and D. And you're like, yeah, all you have to do is X, Y, and Z, and this will happen. You're like, oh, too simple.
No, not true. Not gonna happen. No, absolutely, it did. And I found that the simpler, the better it was. So just as simple as clearing a space. Well, okay.
Oh, I love that. Oh, Kirsty is amazing. All right. So now, so before you just literally mentioned just now, we named it, we owned it, we tamed it, and then you stepped into a new identity. Could you share with us what was your new identity and how that made you feel?
Oh, it felt amazing. Yourself mentioned it, and then also other people that I know that had seen me on either video chats or had seen me in person of like, you've lost the weight of the world off your shoulders. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I did, because it was someone else's crap. It wasn't mine. I've gotten rid of it. And it was just a simple, I'm going to return it to you. So, and here's my boundaries. And it was exhilarating, absolutely liberating, and it's amazing what happens when you release it and, like we just said, create space for what should come, what can stay.
Yeah. I must admit the sequence, like obviously that I have created in the workshop, they are like specific in a specific sequence, articulated in that sequence, obviously to get this transformation. Because without having a specific framework, a specific sequence, sometimes we can jumble things up. And I think, simplicity and a certain sequence, it's like following a recipe. It's like following a recipe. Sometimes the onion and the garlic have to go in first. I was a person that was a one cook, one pot, chuck everything in the slow cooker and see you later, arrivederci. But it doesn't work like that. Sometimes you need to saute the onions and the garlic and the
infuse everything in little motions first before you then just go.
Yep. I love that. Okay, and where are you now after the workshop? How are you feeling? What are you doing? Are you still owning your identity? Do you go back and you say, no, now that guilt, I lead it, I am now in this specific identity? Do you take yourself back?
I don't need to take myself back. I don't need it. I'm moving forward without any guilt of anyone or anything, because now it is me. This is my new level, my new frequency, and I'm stepping forth and not allowing anyone to do that, or allowing myself to even do that. It's because I don't need it, I don't want it, and why should I feel guilty? No, I shouldn't. It wasn't mine to begin with. So knowing that I can do it without anyone's impressions, programs, thoughts, or conditioning, it's mine now. I take ownership. So when people say stepping into your power, this is stepping into your power.
And you look it shows that you have you're the masters of your emotions. It's not the other way around. And I remember the last day when we did that shift, standing up and like changing our physiology, right? Psychology, physiology, and like I like to call it spiritology. That last day, owning it, we have to own it, guys. We need to own who we're becoming. Tell us the last day how you felt when you owned your new identity.
No apologies. I am who I am. I am the bright light. If you don't like it, put on a pair of shades or follow behind. No longer the life raft for everyone else. I'm the lighthouse, so watch out.
Watch out, guys. So good. Awesome. From the workshop, out of those 5 days and the feelings that you went through and the mountain asset that we walked through, what was the most liberating or the most aha moment for you?
I think being able to identify it first. What is it? Because I've gone through a lot of things in my mind going, is it fear? Is it confidence? And then once everything added up and just went, hang on a minute, that situation, that part of life came to this, that came to this. And just having that realization of what it actually is. Once you've got that, the rest is easy. And I think that's the hardest part where people struggle, is identifying it. There's a whole lot of other things that it's like, no, it can come down to one.
Yep. And I completely agree with you, because we can't heal what we don't know. Because, we can be saying, I'm going to get rid of anger. But then it won't be the anger that you're actually getting rid of, because the true pain is resentment. So, you're basically fighting the wrong battle, if that's the correct terminology to use.
Exactly.
And you're wasting a lot of energy.
I think, that's clarity on it, of what it actually is compared to what you think it is that's the key. That'll open the lock.
Oh, I love that. Seeing for what it really is and not assuming.
Assuming.
Say it again.
So the actual key that'll open the lock. Clarity.
Yep. I'm so glad. I couldn't agree with you more. Alrighty. So what would be, so we've gone from day one when we came in with the guilt, and then we went through the different process that we did through the 5 days on the workshop, and then we owned our identity at the end. What would be 3 tips that you'd be able to give to somebody that was in your position with guilt? Whether it's from workshop or something that you have learned in your life, anything that could help anyone struggling with this emotion of guilt, basically.
Sit with yourself to actually see if it was your own or if it was someone else's. If it's someone else that's put it onto you, then that is a lot easier to release. But when it's something that you've put on yourself, maybe sit and filter with it and see if the original source was your own or not. I think when you can actually look at it and go, was that my seed that I planted, or was it someone else? You'll actually probably find that it was someone else that made you feel even more of that emotion, like the guilt. And once you know, you can pull that weed out and you've gardened.
That's so true. Filtering.
Yeah, you can pull the root out and make sure that there's no roots left of it. So
Yeah.
I think just allowing yourself to sit with it and give yourself that time to look at it. Time to sit with it. Don't rush it. When you rush it, that's when you get rose-colored glasses. You can't see it clearly. So when you have time to sit with it and go, is that actually? And that's where I think where the identification can come from. You can sit there and actually pull it apart. And pull it apart. Don't leave it just as a little web. Pull it apart and open it up.
Yep, 100%. Because unfortunately, well, it's not unfortunately, but the things that we have been feeling throughout our lives, the triggers, the unwanted emotions, and the sabotaging patterns, they didn't just form yesterday. They formed, they stemmed, right? From birth.
Yeah.
So, like how you said, we need to sit with it. We need to give ourselves time. And I mean, unfortunately, we are so conditioned, especially with this thing nowadays, when we're just struggling. Right?
Throw them away.
Yep, and this causes instant gratification. So basically, all of the neurotransmitters in our brain are just getting accustomed to instant gratification and instant dopamine. And this is why time is so important. I love that you've hit on that subject of time, right? Because in a 5-day workshop, we can only do so much. I mean, we're only hitting
so much.
Exactly. And it's just so powerful, though, to see that shift in you, the way when you came and the way when you left and the way you are now. It's guys. So we've got
we've got to come back to being a human being, not a human doing.
100%. Yeah. And once we fill up, because I know that we feel as humans, we feel this guilt that if we take time for ourselves, then we're not giving time to others. But if we don't have time for ourselves, we're actually just bleeding all our trauma, all our emotions, all our triggers, all of our toxicity on other people without even knowing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's no shame, guys. As in, this is something we actually think we're doing something good because we're not taking the time for ourselves and we're giving the time. But realization.
Yeah, you can't give from an empty cup. There's nothing left. It's only sludge. So like you say, you're giving the toxic and the residue and whatever's left. So it's not the purity. You need the purity.
That's exactly it. Awesome. I love that. Do you have anything else to share, Kirsty, with us?
No, definitely. If you need some help, speak to Shayna. Get the program. Do the 5 days. The simplicity will help. You'll have clarity. So if you want the instant gratification, something so simplistic will help you.
Get rid of this.
Get rid of it. Check it out.
Exactly. And it's true. Come to the workshop.
Yes.
Workshop is 45 minutes a day. Simple actions. It's simplicity. I love that you did stress on that, Kirsty, because sometimes when people see the simplicity, as we touched on this before, we obviously get that barrier.
Yes.
It's not going to work, right? So it's beautiful to hear it firsthand, that simplicity. Life is really overcomplicated. Why complicate it more?
It is. Yeah, exactly. Don't make it harder than it should. Work smarter, not harder. Hello.
Exactly. Work smarter, not harder. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Kirsty.
No worries.
And for sharing your vulnerability with us, your tips, and everything that came in between. And thank you for coming to the workshop. It was amazing to have you and to see it, to witness that transformation. I mean, this is why I do what I do, and to see it firsthand, it's absolutely love it.
Yeah, same. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Alrighty. See you.
Bye.